Hey guys, John Luxley here, back with our blind playthrough of Orwell. So last time, to terrify you guys even a little bit more, let me start my timer real fast. After that last episode of Corpse Party, I wanted to start a timer so that I know about when it's time for me to stop. But, right, so speaking of like surveillance technology and kind of where it can go wrong, I did want to bring up with the text analysis and, you know, the predictive responses and all that stuff. Basically, if you think about it from like the villain point of view, what could they do with that? Like, that's the real question. Could they fake a confession that matches your writing style? Could they frame you through text messages or email or other thing? It's a question. It's a potentially a serious concern. You know, if they need a fall person and you're not involved or only tangentially involved, or even worse, you know, what if you're working for a corporation or something that's embezzling money or stealing money, and you're the only person that has a that wants to do the right thing? It would be a convenient way for them to get rid of you and to put it all on you at the same time. You know, silence or just get rid of you. So either way, there's a lot of ways you can misuse that power, and so that's just something that, you know, without wanting to sound too preachy, that's just something, you know, maybe we need to think about. So let's resume. Profile, days on duty 2. So I have my coffee, I have one of the cats in my lap, Jack with his little squirrel tail. Thanks for coming along with me, and thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. The safety of the nation's people. Alright. Right, so last time we left off, we were looking for Goldfells. Goldfells is our new target. And I was curious, because I was looking on the... I just went back to the store page on this game, and I kind of read like some of the tags, and it was saying choices matter. And honestly, I thought she was going to get arrested no matter what, but now I'm wondering if the Cassandra girl, if depending on how, like, the evidence that we submitted, whether maybe she wouldn't have gotten arrested. I don't know. It's I don't know if she'll ever, Cassandra, I mean, I don't know if she'll ever show up again. I mean, we have this, but I guess we'll see. All right. Arrest records. Arrest date April 13th, 2017. Charge: assault on a police officer, I guess reconsidered. Arresting officer redacted. Holding facility redacted. Report: the suspect was arrested in her flat. She willingly opened the door and cooperated with the arresting officer after having read the warrant announced and her rights read to her. And that's also interesting, right? Because she was originally found not guilty, so I guess the was it double jeopardy or whatever, it doesn't apply anymore. Is double jeopardy? No. What is it called? Where they can't charge you for the same crime a second time. I don't know. We'll call it double jeopardy. Okay, more headlines. Connection between Bontton bombings evident. Attacks against Skellen University in Bontton and Freedom Plaza are connected, experts conclude. The bombing that occurred yesterday at Stelligan University seems to be connected to the attack against the Freedom Plaza earlier this week. This is the conclusion of the police division, who is investigating the cases. In both assaults, a similar explosive device created with pure malevolence appeared to have been used, police spokeswoman Steele said. The letters received prior to the assault seem to support this suspicion, while their meanings is still puzzling investigators. According to rumors, people have been theorizing the number of stanzas, whichever you prefer, might represent the number of bombings, which in turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand that some people jump to this conclusion, but there is no good reason to believe this, Steele answered when confronted with this theory during a press conference. Meanwhile, Stelligan University has declared that normal operation cannot continue under the circumstances, so they will be closing their doors for the time being. The university has also put up a special front page to pay their respects to the assault victims. See above image. Okay. Were they both Stelligan University sites? I don't know that. Timelines and Rosen announced cooperation. Hilberry and Bonton, the Davenport siblings, owners of the biggest social network Timelines, announced major cooperation with software giant Rosen Technologies. Yeah, Timelines was, Cassandra, like her website or whatever. Timeline founders Ada and Alan Davenport met Victor Rosen on Nation Today last year. Photo, Rosen Technologies. Hilberry and Bonton, it's a big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, creators and owners of the most important online social network Timelines, located in Hilberry, are starting a major cooperation with Bonton software giant Rosen Technologies. This has been announced in a press statement given out on Friday by the PR departments of both companies simultaneously. By utilizing the existing infrastructure and software development capacities of Rosen Tech, Timelines will be able to respond to the needs and requirements of the quickly changing digital world in real time. Timelines executive Ada Davenport is quoted, "Our growing user base will profit from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tightened security, and a sped-up integration of new features," she continued. Heavy rainstorms expected for the weekend. Bonton and Fairview, as well as large parts of the western nation, will be covered in heavy rain clouds, culminating on Sunday. If you had any plans for the weekend involving the outdoors in Bonton or Fairview, you best forget about them. There's a massive low-pressure system incoming, bringing with it storm clouds and rain to the nation's west. Sunday morning will be hit the hardest until the late afternoon, so make sure you pack an umbrella if you need to go outside, lest you become a sopping mess. There is a literal silver lining on the horizon, however. Over the coming week, the cloud will move on, and temperatures will stabilize at comfy levels. After a long and harsh winter, spring will finally win the upper hand. That's the news. Okay, so we're going to peek more into the thought. Let's look at entry number 1. So somehow this archive got unlocked. Because last time it wasn't. Let's see. New portrait. So I guess the question now is what path do we want to take? Then again, like with Cassandra, she was guilty. I don't know, but it's not easy. I'm not trying to judge these people. I realize they're characters, they're not actually people, but yeah. Let's see, I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question, in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. We've read this already. Okay, so it's just, we're just gonna grab this stuff. The letter, we are right, it seems. Right. How? Someone could have read this and been like, oh yeah, that's good. An immigrant. Yep. That's why I created this blog. The Thought, an activist group with the same name as this blog. If Goldfells is the one who created the blog, perhaps he founded or even was the leader of the activist group. Sure, that's true. We should arrest him and find out. Oh. Oh, and now we have a listener thing as well. Let's, wait, what's new first? I don't understand why we have a new entry unlocked, but okay. Hey, you. Sorry about last night. I really should have come over. So is she out of prison? It's just that this client is massively influential and could bring a whole lot of exposure to the office. Been trying to get a meeting for months and it went rather well, so here's hoping. God, I'm such a stupid old man who just talks about his job too much. I'm sorry, it's just a big part of my life. Hello? Are you still upset? Is this text or what is this? Cassie, can you at least answer me? If you don't, I'll start to worry. You know what I'm like. Well, right, so I guess that's the question. Oh, and they're switching the times. That's interesting, actually. Oh. Oh, I guess you're right. It shows it right here with her. Okay, holding facility redacted. See, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if they're gonna put her in some kind of... So, I mean, I get that the kind of the thrust of the game is like, oh, you know, they're gonna take over and they're gonna stick you into some private facility, which is apparently what they did with her. And not, you know, violate your civil liberties, like not allow her access to her lawyer. But honestly, that's silly in this case because they don't suspect that she's part of the bombing. They expect that she... Like, they're reopening the case on assaulting the police officer, not... You know, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I get what they're trying to do. Okay, let's check out Goldfells. We already have that. Yep. Entry number 8. Thought must change direction. I thoroughly believed we were able to capture minds if only we could garner attention on thought as a group and what we stand for. It seems my ambition was once again too much. After 1.5 years recruiting 2 of my students and arranging 3 demonstrations like the one held in Freedom Plaza, I feel obliged to ask myself where we stand. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? Frankly and sadly, the answer to the letter is a resounding no. We let ourselves be consumed by anger and hatred toward those we thought to do us wrong. Thoughts are free, but that does in no way mean they can attack and do whatever they wish. Instead of blaming others, I now see my high aims might be well the cause for all the events of the past months. More than anyone else I've thought, I feel responsible. As a consequence, I will halt my active engagement in this group. I firmly believe it shall be for the better of everyone involved, especially my students from Stelligan. Yours sincerely, Goldfells. Please reconsider. Guy hurt there was only a goddamn cop. They had it coming for long. It was messy, I know, all the way back to the thing I messed up organizing, but hell, look at the bright side. We made the news. This is what we wanted. What you wanted. Okay, well, let's grab some of the non-conflicting ones. What now, Stelligan? The same Stelligan where a bomb just exploded? Guilty! You know what I think about coincidences. I won't repeat it. Whatever active engagement means. Still an interesting fact. Mentioned thought held 3 demonstrations, recruited 2 students. 1 related document. 3 demonstrations. More interesting might be that 2 students seem to be involved. I suspect one is probably Cassandra. So far, the evidence suggests Goldfels was a prominent lecturer at Stelligan, and some of the students became involved in thought. Did he, recruit them for his cause? We need to identify those students, see who else is involved with the group. I agree. So these are the 2 conflicted things. I don't really know. Okay. I don't know how there's a conflict here, to be honest. I assume it's the... What is this one? It's probably not necessary because we already have a little thing right here, but... You know, I guess I'll go with this one because it seems it's more responsible. I don't know how it's interpreting these 2, oh, he's violent or he's not violent, I guess. I don't honestly know, but this seems to be the more correct one. A troubled past. We will have to get to the bottom of this. Oh, okay. He's screwed either way. Memorial. Let's see. Knowledge, science, wisdom. At some times, all remain silent. And actually, what was it? This guy... I mean, I'm sure it's not intentional, but... what was it? The guy that was assaulting people with a bike lock at... Was it Berkeley? He was a professor of ethics. And so it's just... it just reminded... this reminded me of that. So it's... I don't know. I mean, this guy seems like he has more principles because he's taking responsibility, whereas the other guy, ran from the cops and stuff. So, don't know. I mean, I'm going to try and keep, not necessarily keep real world stuff out, but I don't want to do... I mean, that's not a political thing. I don't want to really... politics, whatever, but... try and touch on stuff in reality since this is a reflection of reality or a cautionary tale. But, we're here for games. Although in this case, this might be closer to art in that it provokes emotion of some kind. So, don't know. We'll see. Doesn't have to... Just because it's a game doesn't mean it can't make you think or feel differently. Alright, bomb assault on Stelligan. Campus closed down until further notice. Yesterday evening, explosive device went off on Stelligan campus, killing a Stelligan student as well as a lecturer. Several other individuals have been severely injured. The authorities are investigating. This is an unspeakable tragedy, Stelligan President Hopkins said during the press conference that took place this morning. In the light of recent events, it is impossible to maintain daily routine. This is why I have decided to suspend all educational services of Stelligan University until further notice. Therefore, Stelligan campus will remain closed for at least for the rest of this week, with no educational courses or events taking place. Stelligan Canteen elected Best Public Dining Hall in Nation's Best competition. Well, okay. So it might actually be good then. My college, one of our dining halls was serving expired food. So, that's probably the average. Jury of the Nation's Best contest, annually awarded to the most excellent public services, has declared Stelgin's Canteen the winner in its Best Public Dining Hall category. In the recent time, we have tried to be fearless about our services and trying something new, something that just may not have worked. Oh, okay, that's a little weird, but okay. Right, they tried new things they didn't think they'd work, but they try them anyway. Got it. We are very happy to receive this honor as a direct consequence of those efforts, the student service manager Gusto declared consecutively in a press statement. Huh. I'm curious about the developer of the game now a little bit, just because it seems like the writing is a little bit off. Like, I don't know if this was translated. You know what I mean? Like, was it originally created in Europe or a non-English speaking country and then translated into English? Or was it deliberately written like a little bit awkwardly? You know, because I mean, if you're writing in English, and you're a writer, well, presumably there's like you know how it is. It's all kind of the same when you're reading the news articles or listening. There's a certain way that they always talk. So, and this is not quite that. It's like off a little bit. So I don't know if it's I have to assume it's either translated or deliberately a little bit off to make you not necessarily unnerved, but just be like, there's something wrong with this. You know, I'd actually be really interested to like, if it was like, if this was propaganda, I would assume it's written as a different way than like informative writing. Like, there's different types of writing. So I'd be curious. Like, maybe this is more like marketing as opposed to presenting information. What do you guys think? If anyone knows anything about this, let me know. I'm kind of curious, and I probably won't. I'll probably forget to look it up myself. So. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it, who knows. Stelgen University offers prospective students courses from a broad variety of fields in which bachelor or master degrees may be obtained. Please refer to faculty pages for a more detailed description of each course. Department of Technology, Bio, Medicine, Environmental, and then your bachelor's, master's, just a bachelor, Media Ethics, yeah. Media Technics, Media Ethics. This course is currently unavailable due to Representative Professor Goldfels having retired. Also, they mentioned something about his name, right? Like Goldfels' interesting name or something like that. Media design, media management, general law, business and criminal law, physics, applied physics. This course is discontinued and will only accept applications until October 2017. Chemistry, biology, computer science. Notable alumni. We'll click on the Goldfels thing first, just so I don't forget or lose my place. Being a luminary in his profession, Abraham Goldfels gladly accepted the offered professorship. Abraham it is. Well done. Also, I mean, for an all-seeing eye like Orwell, you'd think they wouldn't have to search through websites and stuff. They could just, pull, like, from birth certificates or, you know what I mean? Like, or the voter registry or any of the publicly available stuff. Abraham Goldfels gladly accepted the offered professorship in the field of media ethics at Stelgen, from which he sadly retired in fall 2016. Did you notice the bombing locations seem to be closely connected to Thought members? There could be a pattern emerging. Thought has held 3 demonstrations, yet there have only been 2 bombings, which might imply... Well, it's definitely a shot in the dark, but we absolutely need to do everything we can to prevent another attack. You're saying 3 stanzas, 3 demonstrations, and 3 bombings? Possible. Take a close look at the past of each member with Thought. Find out the locations of all demos they have held. That might yield a hint. Okay. Previously, Professor Goldfels has held a position as a journalist at Der Reporter, one of the most renowned German daily newspapers, and was also chairman of the Global Media Ethics Congress. Member of an ethical congress. Just the average run-of-the-mill terrorist trait. You know, he's not necessarily wrong, right? It's the whole, like the people that are guilty of whatever are the ones that condemn it the loudest. You know, like it's always the televangelists. They're like, oh, don't cheat on your wife, and then they're caught cheating on their wives. They're like, don't beat your wife, and they're caught beating their wives. It's like, those that go up there and that are like, I guess those that condemn others, not necessarily those that, like, study. I don't know. I mean, I mentioned the bike lock guy. Like, I think that's kind of a fluke. I don't think people in ethics are. I don't think the field that they're in, is like is an inverse of how they are, if that makes any sense. That's a whole lot of information about this Goldfels. Yet only one other page could be indexed. Very strange indeed. What does that mean? I think the next course of action should be to look for other people this thought group, like the students he mentioned. Yes, you mentioned that already. Publications of significance: privacy versus public interest, where the right to know ends. Id, ego, and selfie. An analysis of dangers and overexpressive self-representation in social media. Gedenkens in Frey, the thoughts are free. A modern time declaration of independence toward mass surveillance. Oh, so he wrote a book that was also the name of the poem or whatever. Okay. Well, what do you say to that? He literally wrote the book. You don't really say anything, to be honest. Legacy of a university is carried on by its most remarkable alumni, some of which are honored on this page. Orlando Buford, Stelligan, alumnus of the biotechnology course, the founder and CEO of one of the highest grossing online grocery trading companies. M. Cato. Catherine Delacroix. Oh, that's the, Okay, we haven't met this guy yet. We know about her and Joseph Langley. She is like the security minister or whatever. Ever since her early study years as a student of criminal law, Catherine Delacroix has been a member of the party. In 2009, when the party had been elected as government, Delacroix was named head of the newly created Ministry of Security. Joseph Langley opened his own law office in the city of Bonton some years after his graduation from Stelligan in 1992. His law office is probably best known for having defended construction entrepreneur Elwood Hendricks, who gained public attention as the Lion's Share scandal. Joanna McElroy. Having studied medical technology at Stelligan, Joanna McElroy now is the host of the eponymous daily TV show 4 at McElroy's, in which she covers psychological family issues. More headlines, and is this ISCAL attendee list? Let's do the headlines. There's probably another one. Okay, yep, just one more. Breaking news: first suspect in connection with assaults arrested. A couple of minutes ago, the Bonton Police Department recorded reported arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. Interesting that they refer to the bombings as assaults. Right? I don't know. That's something that we don't really talk about, that I don't know if it's significant to the whole surveillance thing, is the dilution of words. Right? So, like, you basically take, like, assault, which is, you know, if someone punches someone else, that's an assault. If they murder someone else, that's murder. And you basically, maybe dilute isn't the right term, but you basically kind of merge assault and murder under the same umbrella. It's that a lower, it basically raises the threat of less threatening words. I don't know quite how to explain it. I hadn't. It's just something I've noticed, not something I really have thought a lot about. But it's definitely potentially deliberate, and potentially bad also. A couple of minutes ago, the Bonton Police Department reported an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to investigation efforts of a special task force, police spokesman Kaufman said. How the woman is related to the bomb attacks, Kaufman did not cover. However, it is rumored the suspect is well known to authorities by other incidents. Okay, so, right. Well, yeah. I mean, we know who it is. It's Cassandra. So maybe she's being framed after all. Who knows? Let's see. Welcome to the Internal Stelligan University class attendee system. Pick a class by completing the 3-step wizard below. I have no idea. It's selected winter semester 2016. Okay, so we have a bunch of people. I'm not going to read all these. It's just the different classes. So I guess we want to do... We want to find the one that he did. And I realize it's probably after he retired already. Go to previous step. Let's try summer semester. Okay, none of those. Mills and Bennett. He was in media, I know that much. And probably not a summer semester thing, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way. All right, technology, media. There you go, Goldfells. So let's just double check, make sure. Also, I'm going to be honest, I kind of expected it to jump out, you know, like it to highlight it or something. Let's see. Okay, Lauren Kraft failed the exam. Register for the class during running semester. I don't know what that means. It's failed the exam 2 times before, but got an A. What do I, Okay, I'm not, I mean, I clicked on everything. I don't understand what... mean, surely it doesn't want me to... click on each of these, right? If so, that would be... well, I have no idea. So basically I'm just kind of scrolling through looking for, you know, people to, oh God, you know, you know what I mean? Find out where the 3 protests of thought took place. Identify student contacts. All right. I mean, wouldn't that be the student contact list? Right? Right here? I mean... Mills, Bennett, Mills, Gilbert, Larson, I don't know. Did I miss one? Left university in fall 2016. Which would be this one. Oh, good. Good. All right, let's Burgess Robertson, Carmichael Robertson, Davenport. I mean, I really don't want to click on each of these. Okay, well... this is realism right here, guys. Realism. The dullness of, I don't know, college administration, I suppose. Minute, Millsman, Gilbert, blah, 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 blah. Oh, come on. Like, I'm just looking for something to, that was highlighted. I don't, like... you know, something highlighted or something else to click. I don't, I don't know. I figured it would be in the... okay, so we did tech. sure, we can't. Oh, please tell me it's not going to make us go through all this stuff. Cook. Oh, okay, I missed one. Still nothing, though. Oh, well, that's weird. Okay, but... That's weird. I don't know why I pulled these, but okay. We have seen this name before, haven't we? I don't... Oh, yeah, okay. Friend of Miss Watergate. Also appears she was a student at Abraham Goldfell's. I think that's enough to warrant a report. Give me a few minutes. Alright, we have authorization to investigate Miss Carrington. Remember, everybody's guilty. There's totally nothing wrong with trampling over freedoms in the pursuit of justice. Harrison O'Donnell. Yes, we've seen that name connected to Miss Watergate. I'll report this right away. We have authorization to consider Harrison O'Donnell a target person. Now there's some more work for you. Congrats. Yeah, they're not even suspects anymore. It's target people. Harrison and Juliet. Those must be Abraham Goldfell's students within thought. I don't know how you reached that conclusion, but okay. Well done. I mean, well, I guess otherwise it would be too boring. And honestly, it was more than just 3 members, right? Status, if you're listening just hard enough, you can hear the people sing. Okay. Oh, wrong profile. PR assistant at Rosentech. Which is also cooperating with Orwell. Right? So she's working for the people that are putting this... Oh, but she's a PR assistant. Well, no, it's totally not gonna, do anything to your freedoms. It's okay. Let's see. Interests. Needs to know everything about you. Stelican. Targets. Farview Public Library. Cafe Chestnut. Cassandra Watergate. Hi, you actually can dance, and I got proof now. You still in bed? Is that really me? I gotta be careful around you, apparently. Great photo, though. Who took it? Nice try, Jules. A magician never reveals her tricks. Anyway, thanks for a great time, Cassie. I must admit, it felt kind of good to go out for once. Not that I plan on doing that again anytime soon. Wait, was Juliet the one that was attacked? Or was that someone else? Attacked by the police officer? What? Every time I ask you out, you're so goddamn busy and then you fall for freaking muffins? If I ever had known that before. Sorry, Adam, maybe you need to spy on me more. I'm bored to death tonight and definitely need someone to come along. Here, Julesy. I got something for you. Oh no, my one weakness exposed for everyone to see. Okay, tell me, what must I do to get one of those? I'm prepared for the worst. Just go with me and explore Bonton's famous nightlife, will you? Blinks big eyes. You got a message, Cassie. Need this recipe from my mom. Yuck, you know I'm not so keen going out on late night. Plus, I don't dance, ever. Care to spare me, please? But it's okay, I fully understand you. I think I will then spend the evening in bed, watch movies, and eat a hell of a lot of muffins out of frustration. Alright, you win. I'll be there in half an hour. That torture and cruelty by my friend. Now where is Amnesty International when you actually need them? Is that... engaged in torture? Okay. You know what? Oh, and there's our alarm. It has been 45 minutes-ish. I'm gonna disable that because, let's be honest, that's dumb. I realize I could just... I mean, maybe I should upload everything and just see how deep this rabbit hole goes. No, I'll kind of shoot for the middle, I guess, because I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, I suppose. I'm trying to do, quote-unquote, the right thing. Happy birthday, honey. So good to have you back. To mark the occasion, we decided to update your profile on our family page. I hope you like it. Carrington family. Welcome to our website. Man walks into a bar and meets the girl of his dreams. They marry, settle down, and have 4 daughters. We are the Carringtons. It's a link. Yeah, happy birthday from me as well. Have a good one. Nobody took notice. Nobody cares. Nobody. What did Harry do this time? Geez, as much as I like him, you need to ditch him. Maybe people would care if he would be, I don't know, less enigmatic? Only 1 week left until I have to enter my thesis at Abraham's course, and then it's goodbye Stelligan. Why is his first name? Interesting. I'm a bit scared of the huge gaping hole this is going to leave behind. Oh, girl, you're going to manage. I know it's scary. I thought... a scary thought at first, but we'll stay in touch no matter what. Thank you, man. I feel much better already. We'll definitely keep in touch. Even though Cassandra and I just got to know each other at the protest at Freedom Plaza, she stood up for me regardless. This woman is a heroine, not a terrorist. Notice it didn't say anything about, she stood up for me. I swear that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. With glasses. Rick Denton. If one pisses off the government, one must expect them to respond accordingly. Action causes reaction. That's simple-mindedness. Roll eyes. Also, this doesn't sound like Juliet I know. You wouldn't even accept the duty of being the class representative when you were appointed. How can you care so much about politics now? I'm not surprised you stand for your beliefs. First Miss Watergate, now hers. There's some sort of brainwashing going on? Underneath you're a strong one about activism, attending demonstrations. Is that still you? Sometimes people change their minds. Sometimes other people help to get the right mindset, find out what you truly care about. This is about our freedom, and I know what it feels like to not be free. What would you want me to do instead? Sit at home being indifferent? Indifferent? No, I just see no use in occupying public plazas and throwing stones at poor men and women. This is democracy. We have petitions for that. I'm so proud of you that you're capable of using the essential tool of any good slacktivist. Oh, there's O'Donnell, and HOD he writes for the thing. Hello, I'd like to post a really slow clapping sound, but Timelines doesn't allow it, so just friggin' imagine it if you can. Harry, well, I really appreciate you've got my back and everything. I don't think you need to intervene here. This is a Rick and Juliet only thing. Thank you. Okay, so let's check out this link first. We are the Carringtons. Welcome to our website, where we post everything about ourselves online. Jonathan and Esther Carrington. A man walks in a bar, blah blah blah. What may sound like the beginning of a cheap joke or some kind of pulp fiction is in fact a fairy tale come true. When John met Esther, they knew immediately it was love. So it is no wonder that only a year later they got married in a small chapel near Lake Springwell. At the same time, they began to build a house in Malloy Court, a cozy little spot in Farview, which would serve as the very foundation for their family and which they still inhabit to this day. Happily ever after, so to speak. In 1985, their first daughter, April, was born. Little did they know there were 3 more to follow. Wow, they're really putting everything up there. April is the firstborn daughter in the Carrington family. As you might have guessed already, her name is not a coincidence. When the little girl decided to be born on the 1st of April instead of the March date the doctors had calculated, John and Esther spontaneously decided to name her daughter in tribute. Her daughter. Okay. Now fully grown, shouldn't it be their daughter? Now fully grown and independent, April is married to Roy McIntyre. So what was her name gonna be? March? May Carrington. Let's see. It has always been crystal clear May would found her own company one day, and in 2012 that is exactly what happened with a little help by some friends and her caring parents. She managed to create the today well-known clothing startup MyCloth, whatever, with more than a dozen employees. June Carrington. Let's see. Like, little June was so fond of everything that had the slightest bit of technology on it, it began to worry and Esther. See, this is what I mean about it being weird. The writing is off. But there really was nothing to be concerned about. June has proven to be one of a kind engineer, and now the Bonton Machine Works company is profiting greatly from that fact. Juliet Carrington. Yep, okay. Boom. She likes banana nut muffins. The muffin is a code word. Yum. If we fail to prevent the next assault due to you processing random data, I won't be taking the fall. Hey, I'm just obeying orders, man. System tells me this needs to be uploaded. Besides, apparently I'm a volunteer. Or something, I don't know. Why is it not letting me... There we go, jeez. Okay, I like joke as much as the next person, but her favorite color, do you really think that's pertinent information right now? There's an active bomb threat right now. Could you please focus on that? I am a robot. You are creating that. Also, it puts the lotion on its skin. Is this just being overwritten? That's actually semi-relevant. Kill a Mockingbird. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside of his skin and walk around in it. Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. I actually read that one. Great book. What delights me. Interesting. Achievement unlocked. Yeah. Since the nestling of the family showed up a little bit unexpectedly, the parents of Jonathan and Esther... Oh, the parents, Jonathan and Esther, decided they would end the strictness of the naming pattern her sisters had followed. What? June, May, April, May, June? That kind of works. So she'd be August. In favor of a slight aberration, Juliet learned to play the guitar, even developed a plan to become a professional musician in a band. However, she decided to end her band career once she was single again and focused her studies of media economy at Stelligan University. How is this a conflict? One unknown data chunk. Okay, what is this? Like uncollected data? Oh, and then disabled data. Okay. Let's see. Well, it's been almost an hour. We can go ahead and stop for now, I think. Log out. Yes. Oh, Jack's tail is kind of flicking back and forth like he's gonna get a little ticked off with me petting him. That's okay though. He's in my lap. That's the price he pays. But anyways, thank you so much for your time and attention. This game is interesting. It's terrifying a little bit, but it's also interesting, and I hope my commentary is kind of interesting for you guys as well. I think a lot of people don't really focus on the potential consequences. You know, people take what they think are funny photos of themselves and upload them to the internet, and then they stay there forever. And they don't worry that it might be taken out of context or used against them. You know, so it's just... I guess what I'm just saying is just be careful. You know? People make enemies, and some people are really mean. And that's it. But I hope any comments you have about this or any of my other videos, good like bad, or good like bad, good, bad, or indifferent, let me know. What is your guys' positive moment for today? Unique positive moment, if I could speak properly for once. For me, it's it's silly, but just this kind of chilling here, drinking coffee with Jack on my lap. That's a good moment for me. Actually, though, the happiness thing, finding the unique daily moments, you're actually supposed to do 3. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I figured 3 is kind of too many for one of these videos, or just in general. But that's my recommendation, is if you to increase your own happiness, you got to do 3 unique moments. And it's 3 because it's easy to remember the number, but also because it challenges you. It trains you to look for positivity. It's not just, oh, there's a cat in my lap, I'm done for the day. It's, cat in my lap, that's 1. What are the other 2 going to be? I don't know. Let me find out. And so that's how it works. You eventually get used to looking for positive stuff. So, just a little tidbit. Hopefully your days are going as well also. But that's it. Thanks again, guys. I hope to see you next time. Until then, guys, take care.